Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of ServiceNow Pilots podcast. I'm your host, a new one. I'm replacing Marcel. For those of you who were listening to us, you will see there's a small difference, but I'll try to do my best. My name is Adam Bernaś. I'm representing SPOC, working in a company and with ServiceNow for a very long time. I'm a CPO, basically working with customers to get the value from the platform. And today we'll be discussing the risks and challenges in the financial industry and how AI is being utilized in this sector. Joining me today is my colleague Marcin Góral, a GRC expert with many years of experience in major financial and insurance companies. Marcin, maybe you will add something from yourself.
Yes, first of all, I'd like to say that it is a real pleasure for me to be here with you, Adam, and to talk about the subject that you mentioned. Thank you very much for the invitation, and also a few words about myself. As you said, my name is Marcin Góral. I work on the financial market for already 26 years, so my experience is quite large, and not only on Polish market but also on international markets. So I hope my perspective is quite wide, which I would like to share with listeners and with you as well.
Again, thank you for taking this invitation, and I'm really happy that we are able to host such a player. And I really believe that we are, starting this, let's say, domain with our first podcast, but hopefully we'll be able to, move it forward and get back to our listeners with additional, more precise information. But getting to the topic, the first question that I would like to ask you is, what are the biggest challenges for the financial industry? How do you see it from your perspective?
Well, that's a huge question, Adam, but I'll try to answer that. Well, observing the market from my 25 years of experience on the financial markets, and also, reading, finding what current web articles and discussions concentrate on, I think that the, financial services industry is constantly evolving. Nowadays, we observe again and again that the sector is facing unprecedented challenges that have emerged due to worldwide economic situation, also consequences of the pandemic, COVID-19, changing customer demands and technological advancements. Staying ahead of the curve is crucial. The businesses in the sector must remain competitive and innovative to survive. And, talking about the biggest challenges for the financial industry, I could mention many of them. But let's concentrate on a few of them, like, for example, self-learning, artificial intelligence, fintechs as a providers of developed financial services, data breaches, and of course security and cyber crime, cyber security, and of course improving the customer's experience. But for and foremost, according to what also many open sources in the internet underline, we should mention four main: digital transformation, regulatory compliance, increased competition, and changing customer demands. And now, concentrating on them, on each of them, I think that digital transformation is now one of the most significant challenges facing the financial services industry in 2024 and also in next years to come. Customers.
That's Marcin, one of my favorite topics, and something that I really spend a lot of time with customers, trying to assess the digital maturity, readiness, and trying to think and plan how ServiceNow can support our customers with this kind of journey. And as probably most of our listeners know, ServiceNow can support many domains, and of course, financial industry is one of the best examples, right? And I'll be more than happy to maybe, because I believe that today we'll be talking about this from a high level perspective, but I'll be more than happy to continue this topic more precisely with you, and maybe try to dig a little bit deeper on upcoming webinars. Sorry for interrupting, but when I hear digital transformation, I see ServiceNow, and it really fits.
Yeah, that's correct. That really fits because customers are now demanding services that are tailored to their unique needs and preferences, and those can be only delivered through the integration of digital technologies. From mobile banking to virtual assistants, businesses must embrace these technologies to remain competitive. But of course, digital transformation brings its own challenges. Cybersecurity risks have become more prevalent, and businesses must ensure that they have the right measures in place to protect their customers' data. Moreover, digital transformation requires significant investment, which can be a challenge for small and medium-sized businesses. But I think that you can also address that issue in your company. On the other hand, Adam, you also mentioned that there is a case of regulatory compliance, which is another challenge that businesses in the financial services industry face now. Various regulatory bodies impose different compliance requirements, making it a complex and time-consuming processes. Compliance is essential for maintaining customer trust, but it can only be a challenge for businesses to stay on top of these regulations. I think that businesses must ensure that they comply with regulations such as, for example, DORA, Digital Operational Resilience Act, and NIS2 Directive, Network and Information Systems Directive 2, to prevent financial crimes. I know that SPOC has organized 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago webinars on that topics. So I think that also
exactly. We did
go back to the.
We did conduct dedicated DORA and dedicated NIS2 webinars, showing how our technology, can support and build this kind of advantage when you really start to work with these domains.
Yeah, failure to comply with these regulations can lead to significant fines and reputational damage. So this is really crucial to be, always concentrated on the requirements which are on the market and which are important for the also financial industry. And this is also an issue which is very much linked with another point that I mentioned before. Increased competition. And this is a challenge that is affecting every business in the financial services industry, and of course not only in the financial industry, but the competitive environment is everywhere in business. Traditional banks, for example, are facing competition from fintech startups, which offer innovative products and services that appeal to younger customers. And, this competition is driving innovation. And I think forcing businesses to differentiate themselves from their competitors. And this is the level when you can build your position as a company to introduce new AI or technological solutions that can lead you to be one of the biggest or the fastest earner in the market. The increased competition, of course, can lead to downward pressure on prices and profit margins. And I think that businesses may need to lower their prices or offer more value-added services to attract and remain customers. This can be a challenging task, especially for businesses that have, limited resources, which I mentioned before, that relates to the small and medium companies. And all those three factors that I described before are also linked with the last one that I mentioned. I mean, changing and growing customer demands. As technology advances, customers are becoming more tech savvy, and expert financial services providers expect financial services providers to offer personalized and convenient services that can be accessed anytime and especially anywhere.
And we see it every time when we approach, a new topic with customers. That's so true.
Yeah. Furthermore, they also expect transparency in fees and pricing, exceptional customer service, and the ability to interact with providers through multiple channels, including online, mobile, and physical branches. Additionally, customers are becoming more socially and environmentally conscious, which affects their financial decisions. I think that businesses that align with these values by promoting sustainability and social responsibility in their operations are more likely to attract and retain customers. And therefore, I'm sure that for the generation of young people, it is extremely important. I used to talk about it with my daughter, and she's focused very much that her provider of financial services, she's now 28 years old. So
that was my question.
Yeah. So as I said, she's focused that her provider of financial services must, without any doubt, comply with ESG rules, for example. ESG rules for the older generations is something new, and some people don't even know what that means and how to work with this. Younger generation is very well educated in that area, especially in the environmental and social responsibility, and this became, in fact, a crucial deal breaker for the new generation.
And again, Marcin, I'm not sure if you are aware, but in our ServiceNow platform, we have a really nice dedicated tool to support ESG initiatives. And looking back, I believe it's 1 year when we are starting to talk about this within European market, right? And try to work out with customers how to address this within the platform. So definitely that really becomes a hot topic.
Yeah, that's true. I think apart from that, what we have been talking about is also there are also other crucial issues, like, for example, I mean that customer demands are not only limited to digital and environmental concerns. There are also demographic shifts, and lifestyle changes also influence customer demands. For instance, younger customers may prioritize convenience and digital services, while older customers may value personal relationships and trust with their financial advisors. And so many generations on the market, and the companies must address all of them at the same time. So it's sometimes difficult and time and money consuming.
So is there like a golden rule? If I ask you, how do companies tackle this?
Well, I think that the main issue is to concentrate on the client now for the not only financial market companies, but all companies. And if you want to concentrate on the client and at the same time limit your costs because you want to stay competitive on the market, then you have to think what to do with the standard processes that your organization is obliged to to realize. And if you can replace those processes with the appropriate IT solution, then it of course at the beginning you have to pay for it, and it many times it's quite expensive to buy such a solution. But later you build your company as being much more competitive on the market. You may concentrate on the client. You may try to address the needs of each generation that is currently present on the market, and bearing in mind that the generations are so different, you have to limit your time that you spend and also resources and people that you hire, and replace it with some automotive solutions.
Yes, and again, I can only confirm and from what we are doing, Marcin, is that you touched extremely important point, right? It's to how to realize the value of investment in the technology, right? So of course,
Sure.
at the very beginning, you need to pay, you need to invest, but if you do it wisely, if you plan, if you think about the areas that you can address, right? Even by business cases or things or the tools or solutions like this, you got the technology, you start to introduce automation, you start to introduce workflows, right? You think about any potential business logic that you can apply to address those cases that you are mentioning. And from my experience, if you really prepare yourself, you will quickly see those benefits.
Yeah. We observe, the transformation of banks, insurance companies, and other financial institutions. They all are looking to keep up with changing customer demands. And what they do is they are digitizing their operations. For instance, a bank or other financial institution may invest in mobile apps, virtual assistants, chatbots, or offer personalized and convenient services to its customers. And I think now, even from my perspective as a customer, it's a crucial issue to to deliver to the client something that is very convenient and client friendly, because that builds a huge competitiveness on the market. But Adam, there is also another issue when we talk about it. There is also important for the institution to ensure that its digital infrastructure is secure. and protected from cybersecurity risks, especially when we talk about the current market situation and international situation, especially in respect of what's going on in Ukraine, and not only in Ukraine but also in other parts of the world. So when we observe those, cyber wars between some people in the internet fighting together with the standard, soldiers on the front. So this is really important because even if the country is not in war, some attacks may happen even in the peacetime. But referring to
And again, right, DORA and especially NIS are there to address those cases, right? And DORA is for your industry is something that should help with resilience, right?
True.
Yeah.
And again, when we talk about the regulatory compliance requirements, I think the most important is for the company to be always ready in time. By that I mean constant navigating the regulations set by the governing bodies in challenging and also very expensive tasks for many financial market firms. And of course, meeting these regulatory requirements can be difficult, and it often involves significant time and resources, as we said before, to maintain accurate records, disclosure conflicts of interest, and adhere to ethical standards. And I think that non-compliance with these regulations, and everybody, I think, know that can result, among others, in severe financial penalties. When we observe the amounts of the penalties that are now given to the companies, say private persons, also on the market, that we may observe the huge increase of the amounts and even higher than the inflation. So I think the regulators are taking this very seriously, and that shows us also the way that can be observed in the future.
And yeah, Marcin,
Yeah.
just what comes to my mind when you are telling about this, right? The fact to be ready on time, right? And if on the other hand you think about the speed, the pace, the velocity of the things that change so rapidly that I cannot imagine how you could do it without a good technology being in place and behind your back, right? To keep up with this. And you also mentioned one interesting thing about those penalties, right? That it really may be a costly thing for companies. On the other hand, we should also think about those benefits that you get if you are on time and if you are catching up, right? And you are ready basically to address those challenges.
Yeah, you address them immediately. And thanks to the, sometimes AI solutions, you don't have to hire another, 10 people to manage the risk. Of course, there are smaller or mid-sized companies that establish structures, procedures, and they hire staff. But well, maybe at the beginning it is not as expensive as purchasing appropriate IT infrastructure. But when you consider the costs in time, then you see that having that automatized structure and infrastructure is much more cost cutting and useful for the company than all those procedures and when we talk about the increased competition on the market, we observe that the technological maturity and professionalism of the companies make more and more the important difference. Those who are quicker, cheaper, and more compliant, they will win. That's the market nowadays.
Yeah.
At the same time, many fintech startups that offer personal finance management tools and are facing increased competition. They are facing increased competition
Mhm.
from other startups providing similar products. So, so many young people are trying to provide the companies with their own solutions, and the most important the most important is to be able to find which company offers better product than the other. And to remain competitive, these startups need to differentiate themselves from or by providing unique features and exceptional customer service. As a result, they may offer personalized recommendations based on
Mhm.
the user's spending habits, or provide educational resources to help users better understand their finances. And at the end, well prepared and adjusted technological tools may be a game changer for the financial institution and a real competitive advantage. And not only for the financial institution, but also for the entire market. And
Mhm.
last but not least, the changing customer demands. This is a topic. New generations are constantly coming to market as potential customers, and
Mhm.
financial institutions and other institutions, but today we talk about the financial market, must find a way to address their offer to many different clients from different generations at the same time. And as we said before, this is very demanding to appeal to a younger, more environmentally conscious demographic. Financial firms are taking steps to reduce their carbon footprint and improve their digital offerings. And for example, for my daughter, it's one of the most important
Mhm.
factors to decide which bank or which insurance company to choose. Mm, and also, coming to my experience, I observed that many firms are launching paperless billing initiatives and investing in renewable energy projects. And of
Mhm.
course, what we said before, banks and insurance companies are mostly focusing on user-friendly mobile apps that allow customers to track their products and make, more informed decisions.
Mhm. And that's one of the most important factors, or even pillars, if I refer to again ServiceNow as that's my word. But we call this consumerization, right? So if I can do something with my private life using mobile application, right? I can, buy something in the e-commerce shop, or just feel that difference. I would like to have the same when it comes to
Mm,
um, uh, you know uh, things outside of my really personal life, right? So if I would like to um, get some service from the bank, right, or get some service from insurance company, I would like to use it. I would like to do it by using my mobile app, for example, right? And that's really an
mm,
example that you are providing, that I feel personally, right, by myself. But out of those things that you were mentioning, and what is really probably number one buzzword right now is AI, right? And
mhm.
we can see that more and more companies are approaching this, right? If
Yeah.
I saw kind of a report that if you ask CIOs or CTOs or innovation officers about AI, everyone wants to have it, right? Everyone
Mm.
has a budget, everyone is planning how to do it or already started to do it, right? But the question, if we refer to our topic, from your perspective, how AI is transforming the financial industry, uh, particularly in risk assessment?
Yes,
Do
AI
you
is a
see?
topic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, in my opinion, AI is a revolution. And I think that is not only my opinion, but also opinion of many managers on the market. And this is a revolution to the financial market and other markets, especially and also in the area of risk assessment. After quickly processing vast amounts of information, AI can identify risks that may have gone unnoticed using manual methods. And I think that thanks to automized solutions, company may be quicker, more precise, and better address individual risks or group of risks, better manage them, and provide better solutions, both for the company itself, but also for the customers. And at the end of the day, as we mentioned already before, it is also cheaper in use than processes realized by people and less generating possible mistakes. Of course, if the algorithms are correct. So
Yeah,
I think yeah.
you do need to do the homework. You do need to use a proper LLM, and that must succeed, right? I mean, I completely agree with you. But what are the potential risks of, over-reliance on AI for decision making in insurance policies? Is it a topic?
Yeah, sure. I think that mostly over-reliance on AI occurs when users starts accepting incorrect AI recommendations, making errors or commissions. Users have difficulty determining appropriate levels of trust because they lack awareness of what the AI can do, how well it can perform, or how it works. But mostly, the reason of this risk is the weakened skill development of the AI user. For instance, a claim adjuster whose ability to handle new situations or consider multiple perspectives is deteriorated or restricted to only cases to which the AI also has access. I'm sure that the efficient and accurate AI requires fastidious data science. It requires, let's say, careful creation of knowledge, respectations in database, decompositions of data matrices to reduce dimensionality, and also pre-processing to data sets to mitigate the confounding effects of missing, redundant, and outlier data. Insurance AI users must be aware that input data quality limitations have insurance implications, potentially reducing actuarial analytic model accuracy. And as AI technologies continues to mature and use cases expand, insurance should not shy from the technology, but also insurance should contribute their insurance domain expertise to AI technologies development.
Exactly.
And their ability, I think to inform input data provenance and ensure data quality will contribute towards the safe and controlled application of AI to the insurance industry. So in short, I think this is the topic, and adequate IT solutions in that matter could, of course, be very helpful to manage all that.
So true. Marcin, the last question I have for today. Probably the most difficult, but I really would like to hear from you. What innovations do you anticipate? Do you see for the financial industry that will happen in upcoming couple of years. I know that it's the difficult question, but how do you see this? What the future brings?
This is the most difficult question today. Well, as I mentioned at the beginning of our conversation, the financial services industry is now facing unprecedented challenges. We talked about, digital transformation, regulatory compliance, increased competition, and also changing customer demands. And, by leveraging new digital technologies and adopting innovative strategies, businesses can overcome these challenges and remain more competitive. I think that is the way most companies on the financial market will go. So if I have to anticipate, without having a magic
Let's
ball
try.
in front of me, to be a witch or a witcher, I would say that next innovations will base on the usage of the AI, and it will happen everywhere. We can adopt it and still keep the control over it, because the control over AI is a crucial issue, and everybody underlines that. Let me mention them, just two of them, which comes to my mind. First one is intelligent automatization, which can bring up new opportunities for financial services companies to deliver, faster, more cost efficient, and more accurate services. I think automatization technologies will have a strong transformative impact, facilitating standardization and simplification of core financial processes. And that development of automatization calls for the creation of finance-specific utilities that are different from those deployed within other businesses functions. It can also be increased, but the other thing could be the increased usage of AI in budgeting, investing, debt management, personalization. I think that AI and machine learning are already reshaping personal finance management, and in the foreseeable future, AI-driven financial advisors will become commonplace. And AI-powered advisors are already one of the fast-growing fintech trends, and the utility, accuracy, and use cases for such tools will, I think, only grow. There is still much more in front of us, and we could, of course, talk about it many more hours. But I think that concentration on individual needs of the customer and cost efficiency initiatives will be main factor driving new innovations in the entire financial sector during next years. And I think that is an issue that relates not only to the financial sector. As you mentioned, we do so many things in the same time that we need as a customer support, not mentioning the companies which do much more things that we as a customers, and at the same time they have to fulfill all the compliance requirements and risk management requirements. So they have to think how to limit costs, how to replace standard procedures with solutions, and AI is something that is working itself. If you put correct algorithms to the system and you work with the competitive and well-educated and experienced people, then you have much more. You can be much more sure that the AI solution is working well, and you can concentrate on the client. And I think that's the main issue now with the usage of such technologies. So even if
Mhm.
I don't have my magic ball in front of me and I'm not a witcher, I think that I could predict that too as a major one.
Yeah,
Okay.
I told you that it's the difficult question, but I just wanted to hear from you if what I'm thinking matches your point of view, and exactly right. I mean, AI. We should look at this from a positive side, let's say so, right? And plan and address those great capabilities that just can support us really significantly if we correctly put those things in place. Marcin, thank you very much for today. I mean, it was really an interesting topic that you provide many lights and answers to those financial industry details which I really believe we can continue, right? So hopefully we will plan to deep dive a little bit more to address those four imperatives that we started to discuss today. Again, thank you. It was a pleasure to hosting you, and I'm really looking for more in upcoming future.
Thank you, Adam. That was very interesting also for me. And I agree. There is so much to talk about that we could continue, and maybe our listeners will be interested to listen what we think and what solutions can SPOC provide to them. So yeah, thank you very much. It was really nice time talking to you today.
Thank you, and see you soon.
See you.